ज्ञानमयी ज्योतिर्मयी मरियं तु दयामयी मरियं तु दयामयी मरियं तु दयामयी.
Hi, I'm Kavita Changra.
Welcome back, students. In this chapter number, exactly, the nutrition in plants, we have started many of the things, and even then you have got many of the answers. Even then, few things are remaining, and there is need to understand that too. On my behind, there are few thing is written over there. What is it? Can you read it? Yes. What is it? Cell and the other mode of nutrition in plants. Cell, what it is? If you think about it, it is not the cell the same that you are putting into the remote or other thing, that is instrument. That is something different. What is it? This is a cell, this is a building block, okay, of all the organisms. This may be single cell also, maybe the multiple cells also. Here, let me take you to the head. The cells, what are these? They all living beings, either the plant or the animal. They all constitute what? The cell. They are made up of cell, one by one. Just like a machine. Have you seen the machine building a building? There, what he is going to do? He is going to use the brick. Brick by brick, he is going to build a wall. In the same way, the plants and the animals, they constitute the cells, and that's why a full organism is formed. Here, the plants and the animals, they start the life with a single cell, and few of the organisms that exist as single cell, they are known as the unicellular, and even they carry out the various metabolic processes. Metabolic processes need to understand what is actually metabolic, what is metabolism. That is going within that organism. That may be assimilation, that may be respiration, maybe the reproduction, maybe the secretion. These are the various functioning that is going on in an organism. What is assimilation is? The food that you take in, you absorb it, and then you, after the absorption, you are using it for different purposes, like to gain the energy, to do something else, like to repair any wear and tear in the body. So that is what the assimilation is. Okay, these are the metabolic function that the cell is going to perform. That's why cells are must, these are needed. And these are also known as the unicellular organism. If the organism constitute only the one cell, as the name states, uni and cellular. Uni means one and cellular is related to the cell. So the examples of unicellular are the yeast, bacteria, chlamydomonas, and as well as the amoeba. Even one thing to be noted, these are not seen with the naked eye. To see them, what is needed? Yes, exactly, the microscope. Who coined the term cell? Because somebody is there to tell us that this is the thing that is invented by someone else. That who is that person? I may ask you that who coined the term cell? In the 1665, this person is named Robert Hooke, English scientist, and he coined the term cell, and he found it in a cork. Here you will ask that what is cork? If you have seen in olden days, at the mouth of the bottle is being plugged by the cork. That is made up of the wood, and here it's a dead cells are there, and he just did the experiment with it, and what he find? The cell. From there he find the compartment like structures he see under the microscope, and he termed them the cell. And the inventor, he also known as the inventor of the compound microscope. Next is that the all living organism, they made of cell, as I tell you. But here also the differentiation. How it is that the cells, they are the smallest unit. They are the very smallest unit of living organisms, and the organism with one cell known as unicellular. If the organism is made up of multiples of cells, the name is multicellular. So these are like that way. Even you can see on the side the organism who is being seen to you. This is named as, yes, exactly, the frog. And it is not made up of one cell. It made up of multiple of cells. It's a multicellular organisms. Okay, and there is needs and the characteristics of the single cell organism. These are same as the of the multicellular. No much difference. It's similar. And multicellular, they have the different types of cells work. How they work together to carry out the basic activities of the life, as I stated before, that they lead the metabolic life in the organism's body. This is what we are going to study, the animal cell and the plant cell. In animal cell and the plant cell, few things are similar, only few things are different that you need to note it down. What is, you just look over here, this is the cytoplasm. It is present in both, even on the animal cell and the plant cell. What it is a jelly-like material and it helps in the transportation of material within the cell. And second is the nucleus. It constitutes the genetic information of the particular living organism that is being found in the nucleus. It is present in both animal as well as plant, because without this nothing is going to work. Ribosomes, these are the sites where protein is being synthesized in that living organism. Next is the mitochondria. These are energy provider. They are helpful in the respiration process. This is the cell membrane present in both the cell. Cell membrane protect the cell and it just keep all the organelles intact within it. Okay, and also helpful in transforming the material within the cell and out of the cell. In the plant cell, the difference is that it constitutes the vacuole. The function of the vacuole is they constitute the air and the food particles within the cell. Chloroplast, as I named it again and again, the chloroplast, it is an organelle, and within this, what is present? Yes, exactly, the pigment chlorophyll, which is going to perform helping in the process photosynthesis. This is the cell wall, which is not present in case of animal cell. So this two diagrams you have to draw in your notebook, make yourself understand, and little bit the information and the function what they are going to perform in that living organism. So this is what the plant cell looks like. If we go in depth the internal structure, this is the cytoplasm, that is the jelly-like fluid. It just keep on moving inside it, and here the round structure, that is the nucleus containing genetic information, and outer one is the cell wall. It is not present in case of animal cell. Fine, so these are the things, and between here, what is the difference between plant and animal? One major difference that it constitutes the vacuole that constitute the air and other food particles within it. It is only in the case of the plant cell. So here, the function of the nucleus, one by one I am going to show you. This we have discussed earlier, but need to understand very well that how it is going to help you. Because when you go moving to higher grades, these basic things are going to help you a lot. Nucleus, they are having the great power, the great responsibility. So that's why I say the genetic information they are bearing in the cells, where that is nucleus. Next is the mitochondria. They are mighty energy. The producers of the cell. They produce the energy. They help in the respiration process. Then the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, this is a thick jelly-like material that is present in the cell. And chloroplast, it synthesizes the glucose during the process. Yes, photosynthesis. This is our other mode of nutrition, and I am going to take this in my next lecture. Till now you have to just revise it, that what we have read about this cell. Okay, meet you soon in the next video.